I'm Danny Allen, first degree black belt. Been training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu since October 2005. Been training martial arts since 2000. Yeah, that's a long time ago. I still don't really know. Started off, it was a guy called Tony, or it was Mike. I thought it was a guy called Tony. It was one day my hair coming, and that was it. It stuck. I never bite to things. And I've learned through the years, never ever bite to nicknames or anything like that. The more you bite, the more they'll do it. So, they call me the Rig, it's me. One for fitness and the other one for self-defense. I've never got into it for competitions or anything like that. It was for those two reasons. And I'm pleased to say I got both out of them. I'm now 12 stone 10, from 17.5, nearly 18 stone. And Brazilian Jiu Jitsu was the first art that actually made me feel like I could fight. Because you do a lot of sparring in it as well, and when you start to get good at it, people start to come in, and when you start to be able to beat them, you know you can control someone else on the street. It's the first art that you actually get where, after a couple of years, you think, right, I can do this on people that walk in here without them wanting to. I did a few other arts beforehand. Other than judo, I did Aikido for 3 years. And it all looks very good, and you learn it all, but you never really know if you can do it. It's just not one of those very practical arts. Karate is okay, but again, it's a bit tip-tap stuff. Boxing and stuff was good, but as far as grappling arts are concerned, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when you start getting good at it, you have this feeling that you know you can do something. You know, it's not just, I don't know, I've learned these moves, but I'm not sure. You know you can do it, because you're doing it all the time. When people are good and not so good, and it doesn't really matter. You get on the mat and you know what you're doing. It's a very strange feeling. And obviously the weight loss, although most of the weight loss really comes from diet, but then jiu-jitsu and training even helps you do that anyway. I mean, it's not just, you have to learn what to eat and what not to eat. But one of the times you'll overeat and eat rubbish is in the evening. And if you're training, you're not going to do that. So it's more about that really. But yeah, I got a lot out of jiu-jitsu, a lot out of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It kind of fitted all the boxes. The others, karate when I first started, it fitted some boxes, but not others. Aikido did for a while, but I started to see big flaws in it. Judo was fantastic, but I was just getting too injured. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ticked every box. You had the submissions out of it. It was far more devastating art. It had the fitness side of it out there, and the side where I didn't get injured as well. Well, not too bad anyway. So yeah, it ticked every box, and this is the art I stayed with since 2005. So it's been a long time now, and I'm still enjoying it. Yeah, I still turn up every day, and if I don't go for a week, I start getting withdrawal symptoms. Sometimes I get home from work very tired and I can't be bothered. But if I do too many nights of that, something's suddenly missing and I have to come. So yeah, I get a lot out of jiu-jitsu. Still loving it. The day I stop loving it, I'll stop doing it. But I can't see any signs of that at the moment, and it's been a long time. So. First walked into Marc Walder's gym in Cherry Tree Rise, I think it was, in Dagenham. It had like a shop front. It had the Gracie symbol up the top. Very, very weird, very strange. Yeah, I came from judo from before that, for 2 years previous. I loved judo, but I kept getting really badly injured. I broke my leg. I had 2 knee operations, 1 in both knee, and that was all in the space of 2.5 years. But to tell the truth, if I hadn't found Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I think I'd still be doing judo, because I absolutely loved it. But when I found this, the worst injury I ever got in this was a groin strain when I was a blue belt. Put me out for 3 months. Other than that, things have been good. There's no hard slam down on this. It's all been very good. So my first martial art was karate. I was very overweight. It was back in 2000, and working nights up London per morning. And I went during the day. It was mainly kids, and I was just amazed. I'd never been to a martial arts class. It was only very basic punching and kicking stuff, but it was like, whoa, this is good. I quite like this. And yeah, it just kind of progressed from there. I started getting quite hungry for that. But then I was hooked on martial arts. I was looking around at everything by that point. Then about a year after, I started Aikido. I was in a martial arts shop once buying something, and I found pamphlet. It said, learn the art of Steven Seagal. Well, this looks good. I found a club. I went to a club in Wanstead. The guy was very good there actually. That's like 6th, 7th Dan. And it looked amazing. He's throwing these people around and, oh, this is good, this is for me. And started doing that 2-3 times a week, still doing the karate. And yeah, I really liked it. I started seeing flaws in it though. There was a lot of, everything's grabbed by the wrist. And I thought, well, this isn't, things do happen like that, but not really. And you're not sparring in it. You're never actually sparring the art. So you never really know what's going to happen. There's a very good theory and everything behind it, and you never really get to practice it. Okay, it's not real, but it's far more real than the scenario they give when you're not actually sparring. I think some of their arts they do spar, but a lot of them they don't. It's no good just keep going through the motions. You've got to spar. Trying to kill someone, I'm not trying to kill you on the street, but at least you're doing it for real. At least you're doing it for real. And then from Aikido, again, that was the other thing. I went from Aikido to Judo. Again, because I wasn't getting very fit doing Aikido. I remember walking in my first Judo class after 3 years of Aikido thinking, yeah, I don't do any Judo, but I can handle myself. Well, these guys just wiped the floor with me. Right from day one, they smashed me to pieces. I was quite confident when I walked in. By the time I walked out, I don't know anything. These Judo guys literally just floored me. But I absolutely loved it. I got my workout, I was sweating, I was just, something that was missing in the Aikido was suddenly there in the Judo, which I absolutely loved. And I found it, it's fantastic. I ended up having knee operations on both knees. But again, I loved it. It was just fantastic. I got my workout, wasn't very good at it. I think I only ever got to orange belt. I didn't really care, it was the workout and everything else. And then one day, I picked up a DVD in a shop, Ricks and Gracie, Choke. And I liked the look of it. It looked similar to Judo. It wasn't quite Judo, but it looks like, oh, I'm doing this. And then one day I thought, I'll find a club and go online. And I went online, that's when I found the closest club, which was Marc Walder's club. And this was back in 2005. I went along, they told me the prices, which was quite a lot more expensive than Judo because it's not government run. I thought, oh. And then Marc Walder said to me the first time I walked in, he went, well, you can stand there and watch for the first bit. And it was one of the nights I was supposed to do Judo, and I thought, I looked for about 10 minutes, but well, I want to watch. I'm going to go off and do Judo. So I went back to the Judo club, but I liked what I saw, I didn't want to do it. So I went back the next, I think it was on every night. I went back the next night when I could go and joined. And I loved it. Only it wasn't, you're not getting slammed down. It was a lot easier on the knees. It was submission. It wasn't, the transition from Judo to Jiu Jitsu wasn't as harsh as Aikido to Judo. Obviously, Newaza in Judo is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu in a way. There's just a lot more in it. So, but it was still hard. People were tapping me out with things I'd never seen before, like triangles, never seen those before, things like that. People were lying on their back all the time. In Judo, you need to pin. And then they were sweeping me over and tapping me. This is really good. I like what I'm seeing now. I did a lot of arts in between. I always did a bit of stand-up art, boxing, Thai boxing, little bits of MMA. I did Thai boxing quite a lot until about 2 years before I got my black belt. Then I gave it up because I've got to concentrate on Jiu-Jitsu now. But I always tried to do quite a bit of stand-up. Boxing as well. When I was doing the Judo, I was also doing boxing. I became an instructor as well, Waltham Forest Boxing Club. Obviously, I was going there on a Sunday, and one of the instructors said to me, do you want to become an instructor? I said, well, I've never really boxed professionally. I said, well, give it a go. We'll put you on a course, and okay. So I did. And for about a year and a half while I was doing the Judo, and when I first started Jiu-Jitsu, I was actually a boxing instructor for Waltham Forest. I gave that up in about 2007, I think, possibly 2008. I had enough of it by then. There was other instructors. I'd never really boxed professionally. So I knew this thing. I used to take the beginners, and then the more professionals would take better guys. I've always done bits of stand-up. Stand-up's important, really. I mean, at the end of the day, if you get in trouble in a pub and the fight breaks out, you don't really want to go on the floor. But yeah, so a bit of stand-up's always good. But it's not really my passion, stand-up. Grappling is. Never worry about the belt. Never chase belts. When I started Jiu-Jitsu, from the minute I walked into Marc Walder's, I looked at it and I just wanted to learn them. That's all I've ever done, is want to learn Jiu-Jitsu, wanted to get better at the techniques. The belts, yeah. I looked down one had a blue belt, all right, okay. I never once looked down at my belt. Never once And then all of a sudden, 12 years later, 11.5 years, I looked down, someone gave me a black belt. It was like, oh, you know, but I never ever chased or even thought about my next belt, my next grade. To the truth, I mean, when I got to brown belt, I was like, there was a part of me that didn't want to get any higher because you start getting a lot of expectations, and when you get older, your body gets tired and more worn, sort of beaten down. You haven't got the fitness in you anymore, and you get a higher belt. So your technique's got to be really step up. You may know a lot, really, your body's going to actually do it. I think your blue and your purple belt are really your warrior years. They're your warrior days when you need to really get your game going. Just when you develop your game, what you're going to do and how your jiu-jitsu is really going to go. You never stop learning, but the stripes make me feel old now. I got my 2nd degree in less than a year now, 11 months, and I think they just make me feel old. Not really like, oh. Yeah, but enjoy those weeks because you'll never get them back. And if you really love jiu-jitsu, you'll always train. Because the minute you sit down after a long day, you're tired. Try and keep active, keep going, get there, get to the gym, get there. Yeah, it's the jiu-jitsu, I love it. Sometimes there are times obviously I'm tired, and I'm 50 now. I'm getting more and more tired. But I don't know, once you're here, you know you're going to enjoy yourself. Yeah, it's hard coming sometimes, but you know when you're here, once you're there, just get there. Just get there. Once you get, you ain't going to walk out again. Once you're in the gym, you're not going to go. Get changed, you're going to love it. You're always going to love it. Yeah? Always.